it. So I was really pissed because I thought this thing cut off while I was getting my camera, but it didn't. So here's the circuit board. And what you have is the idle up control is this unit here. The air conditioning's on low, and it just cooled down so much in there it turned the compressor off, so it turned this off and the idle dropped down. When it wants to turn the air compressor or the air conditioning compressor back on, it's going to fire up this and the compressor simultaneously normally and stall the engine out. Instead, it revved up the engine and then it turned on the compressor just now. Because this is putting a 2-second delay. It's getting its board power, it's 12 volts from the idle up controller. So when the air conditioning control unit turns this on, that turns on this entire assembly here. And I've broken the connection on the main relay for the air compressor, or the air conditioning compressor. It can't turn on until this relay turns on. There's a 2-second delay, so it turns on the idle up, the engine revs up, then after 2 seconds, it turns this relay on through this relay. And it just turned the air conditioning compressor off and the engine idle back down. Get away, cat. Again, because it's running on low and it got cold enough inside that the evaporator didn't want any more compressed coolant. Then it used it up, revs up the engine, and the compressor comes on. And now the car will reliably idle with the air conditioning on and no longer stall out. I might even add 1 more second delay so that it gets a better flywheel effect going. This air conditioning was made for a 95 Metro. It has 50 some odd horsepower. Probably has a bigger flywheel too. But this air conditioning is better than the 92 air conditioning because the compressor doesn't use mineral oil, it uses tag oil. And it uses a different coolant in the air conditioning system. So right now we're just trying to see if it's actually going to work. It's working a hell of a lot better than it ever did before. Now with the old compressor, because I replaced the compressor with a brand new one, the old one evidently was so weak the engine didn't have any problem turning it. I put this brand new compressor on here and started having problems turning it on. Right now it's no, now it has a request for air conditioning and there's the compressor. So that's all it needed to solve the problem. A 2-second delay circuit board, which has 12 volts in on the main power, so a 5-volt power supply chip with a huge heat sink on it. And then a 555 timer chip, a capacitor, a diode, a resistor, a transistor, another diode to protect the relay, and a relay. There's not $10 or $15, maybe $15 worth of crap there. And that's if you buy it at Radio Shack. This is like $5. It's like 10 cents, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. It's not even $10. Even at Radio Shack. So now I just have to solder it all up and figure out where to install it. Pretty fucking nifty. You can buy time delay relays, sort of do the exact same thing I already did here, for like 150 bucks. Fuck that. It's like 10 bucks. And now I can make even more shit. Still using my Costco battery that came with the car. Got my brand new windshield today. And when the hood flew up, took my windshield out. I took the hood off. They're making 24 new hoods, so mine's on back order for 3 to 4 weeks. I can still use this one. It's just got wrinkles in it. It's got a wrinkle here where it hits the top of the windshield. You can see the other black mark where it hit the top of the windshield from the sealant. It's got a wrinkle here. But it's not really all bent up, but it's got wrinkles in it. You won't be able to get them out of there. So it's got to be replaced. I can still use it, but it broke one of the hinges. This hinge here, that should be a circle where the bolt is, and you shouldn't be able to get this off because it's a pressed-in pin. It snapped that off, so. But I found hinges in Texas. They're in the mail. They should be here any day. If they make it here this week, I can put the old hood back on, and I'm back in business. This is what crashed the windshield, was the windshield wiper right here. Just bent. This little piece right here smashed right here and just shattered the whole windshield. Windshield was installed $160, so that's not bad. So far I'll be at $220 with shipping for the hood, $40 for the hinges, $260, $160 for the windshield. It's like $400 worth of damage. And what happened was, see those cats? They're why my hood got fucked up. Because I was down here working on this shit, and I put the hood down, but didn't close it because the engine was running. And went up to the house for a minute and came back and the cats were gone, and then I sat there and I said, I'm going to go get a steak and cheese, and I took off and the hood wasn't even down. And also, I think it was down enough that the safety latch should have caught it, but the safety latch needs to be greased. It's got a spring. So it was a defective safety latch mechanism that doesn't have enough spring and needs to be greased. That's why my hood flew up. Even though I didn't have it down all the way, this should have kept it from popping up, and it didn't. Oh well. Fuck it. But that thing is working like a charm, man. This car would never idle with this new air conditioning compressor on it. It stalled out every single time it cut on. It's running like a champ right now. No problem. Another problem solved at Monkey Motors.